This Airsoft GI TV episode is brought to you in part by G&G Armament and TSD Airsoft. Welcome back to another episode of What Else Is There, the program where we broaden your horizons to show you comparable alternatives to the guns that you're already interested in. Today's going to be a unique episode of What Else Is There because we're not going to look at one type of gun. We're going to look at what else is there besides M4s, basically. M4s flood the market. The M4 and M16 family, just about every manufacturer of airsoft guns makes an M4, and a lot of novice players may not know that there's anything else, because there's so many M4s. So we're going to take a look at all of the other popular guns besides the M4 and M16 family. So meet me out in the showroom floor and we'll get started. This Airsoft GI TV episode is brought to you in part by Echo One USA. Alright, if you're looking for substitutes or something just other than an M4 or M16 or anything from that family, there are a lot of guns to choose from. As you can see, we're on our sales floor. I'm going to go over some of the most popular guns in Airsoft besides the M4 and M16. I'm not going to touch on all of them because there are a lot, but we're going to start it off with the M14. Alright, this is a great gun to substitute for the M16. It's a great gun for outdoor play. As you can see, it has a very long barrel. The full stock holds a large battery, and the high capacity magazines for this model hold upwards of 500 rounds or so. Can't get mid caps if you want to be realistic. This is a great gun for a designated marksman or just a long range assault weapon. Moving on to something a little bigger is the heavy machine gun family. Okay, this happens to be the A&K M60. Comes with a box magazine, this green thing. Holds a lot of rounds. This is made to sustain full auto fire. You're not going to get a great accuracy out of this thing. You're not going to get great range, but you are going to be able to hose down a lot of people because this thing holds a lot of BBs. Moving on to a more CQB friendly family of guns is the MK36. Okay, as you can see, they come in many shapes and sizes. A lot of different manufacturers make the MK36. The MK36C is great for CQB because of its short size. The MK36 looks like a K of some sort, but as you can see, there are longer versions of it. All of the versions of the MK36, regardless of which one you get, will have a folding stock. So that makes all of them great for CQB play because you can cut the length of the gun down by 8 to 10 inches or so. Sticking with CQB, let's take a look at the MK5, another gun that comes in many shapes and sizes. A lot of manufacturers make the MK5. This one has a full stock. Some of them have folding stocks, some of them have retractable stocks, so you can get the MK5 that suits your needs based on your type of play. Follow me over here. We're going to take a look at a very futuristic and space-aged gun. This is the AUG. Okay, not as many manufacturers make the AUG, but there are some that range in price anywhere from $100 to $300. The AUG is a great gun for both indoor and outdoor play because of its long barrel length and its short size. Okay, this gun features an M16 length barrel, so you get the same kind of accuracy and range as you would have an M16, but the gun is much shorter because of its bullpup design. Magazine is behind the firing hand, so you can take a look at the AUG if this suits your fancy. It's a little too futuristic for me, but it does come in many different, actually, I lied. It only comes in 2 or 3 different shapes and sizes, but they're all basically the same. Follow me over here. We're going to take a look at probably the second most popular gun after the M4 and M16 family, and that is the AK-47. Okay, the AK varies a lot in what it's made out of. Okay, this happens to be the G&G RK-47, so it has a full metal body and real wood handguards, but sometimes the handguards are plastic, depending on who makes it. Sometimes the body's plastic, depending on the price range. But the AK is a great gun. Again, a lot of manufacturers make the AK. One of the problems traditionally with the AK, though, and some of the things that have kept it not as popular as the M16 is the lack of rails. Okay, you can't really add anything like accessories to this gun. But these days, things are changing. As you can see, G&G has the RK 47 Beta with rails up the wazoo. So the AK is becoming more popular because of the railed handguard models that are coming out, and as you can see, also comes in many shapes and sizes. This would be a great gun for CQB, the Arcade Beta. The full-sized AK or the AK-74s would be fantastic for outdoor play because of their longer length and full stock. Sticking with CQB, the E90 is a great gun for that. As you can see, it's a bullpup design gun, so it's very, very compact. The great thing about the E90 is that the high cap magazines hold 300 rounds, but they're spring loaded. So you can shake the gun around with a high cap and it's not going to make any noise at all. Great for being sneaky, great for CQB, so if you can walk around without making any noise. Another great substitute for the M16 is the FS3 family of guns. As you can see, has a lot of the same characteristics. Full stock to hold a large battery. The barrel is extremely long, so you get that long range accuracy. High cap magazines for this model hold between 400, I think, and 500 rounds, so very high capacity magazines. Last but not least, we're going to wrap it up with another heavy machine gun. This is the M249, comes in many shapes and sizes. This happens to be the MK2. There are shorter versions with folding stocks or retractable stocks, the para version, and there's even one with a folding stock. Again, another great gun that holds a lot of rounds. Okay, this gun does come with a box magazine in most cases, but in case you don't have one of those, or in case you have a lot of M4 magazines, the M4 mags plug right into the side and you can use those. That's going to do it for this episode of What Else Is There. All of the guns we've taken a look at today have a review on Airsoft GITV in one form or another. So take a look at Airsoft GITV if you want to know more about each of the models that you've seen here. Stay tuned for the next episode of What Else Is There when we take a look at substitutes for the MK16.